Hey folks, Adam here from World's Greatest Adventures. Today we're checking out a hidden gem in Winter Haven, Florida, right outside Legoland. Let's check it out. Hey folks, Adam here.
And I'm Amy.
Today's video is going to be about kind of a hidden gem hotel in Winter Haven, Florida. So the story behind this is my dad called me up and he's like, hey, my best friend just opened up a really cool hotel in Winter Haven. You have to see it. He's put a lot of time and money into it. So we decided to make the road trip up and check it out. And in case you're curious, Winter Haven is a great place to visit. One of their big attractions obviously is LEGOLAND. And after staying at this hotel, I have to give this place 2 thumbs up. Amy loved it too. Very clean, very safe, really affordable.
Yeah.
So do you have anything particular to say about it, Amy?
Basically, super impressed with big, nice rooms and best service around. Really, really great humans that have, gotten a notch above. So sometimes, you can recommend a place, maybe a restaurant or a hotel that we've stayed at before, and I can't guarantee that you're going to get, have an amazing experience. But I feel like with this one, I can guarantee that you're going to really, really love this because the people behind the scenes doing a great job.
So upcoming in the video, we actually interview the owner. So Nimit is the owner. He's a medical doctor. My dad met him when he was going through medical school, or his residency, I believe, in Michigan. And then Nimit, whose family kind of were in the hotel business, family business, decided, you know what, I'm going to be a doctor, and then on my weeks off, I'm going to build this hotel with my family. So this is a family-run business. And I think they just kind of ran into this situation where they were looking back and forth at what hotels are available, where they wanted to buy a hotel. And then they found there was this huge need for a nice hotel in Winter Haven because this area is blown up. And if you're not familiar, it's about an hour from Orlando, it's an hour from Tampa. So you can go to either big city, which means you could go to Disney, you go to Universal, you could go to all the attractions, Busch Gardens and things in Tampa. And it's centrally located, but there weren't many good hotels, clean hotels, nice upper to middle hotels in the area. So he went ahead, designed it, him and his wife, Holly, went ahead and designed this place. We interview him by the end of the video, so you're gonna want to check that out. It's just a really, a swell family, interesting story, and just a really clean, safe place. And this is a Best Western Plus, which I learned there's Best Western, and then there's Best Western Plus, which is kind of an elevated level. And so this is a really nice place, and the rooms are enormous, so you could definitely put 6 people in a room. You'll check that out as well.
Yeah, we're gonna show you the room, show you the pool area. There's a nice little fun game area for the family, and a gym. So it's got everything.
And for anyone who's new to the channel, we travel a lot. Next week, we're going to New York City. And do you know where we're staying?
We're staying in Times Square at the Crown Plaza.
So we got the Crown Plaza coming up next week. We're going to go to a Brooklyn Nets game. We just came back from Times Square from New York. We're going to Japan and Thailand again, Singapore, all in the coming month. So lots of travel. So click that subscribe button. And we kind of have 2 sections. Become a subscriber for free, or if you want to know kind of the behind the scenes story and a little bit more content, go ahead and become a member because we have some fun stuff there too.
For sure.
All right, folks, stick around. We're going to show you this hotel. So this is the Best Western Plus of Winter Haven, Florida. And honestly, I was super impressed by the hotel. I didn't know that Best Western had a Best Western Plus, but this place was pretty nice inside.
So I'm so impressed so far. No line, exceptional friendly service, and just a nice clean hotel that is an absolute bargain if you are taking your family to Central Florida, Legoland, maybe you're visiting the grandparents or anything in between. This is absolutely fantastic, and they've literally thought of everything. Even in this waiting room right here in the lobby, you can see we've got a nice conversation area. some holiday decorations, a scan if you want more travel guide for Central Florida, and even right here on this nice little like cool piece of furniture I'm sitting at, there are both AC outlets and USB, so you can charge your phones and you can do things as you're waiting. So they literally thought of everything. This is a really, really comfortable, beautiful, and posh hotel, and I'm really impressed for everything that you get, especially for the price.
All right, folks, join me as we check out the room. We're on the second floor, so let's check this out. Come on in. So it's really a good-sized room we have here. Now first, I guess maybe we'll just show the overall look of the room. Really pretty big, right? Like you can see, this is an enormous room, lots of space for activities. And yeah, one thing that I'll note is that it smells fresh and clean. A lot of times, I think the thing that I care most about a hotel that you can't tell by looking at the pictures online is, does it smell fresh and new? And this, you can tell this is a recent build, and this is absolutely fantastic here. Now it looks like we do have 2 TVs and a decent view, just a wooded area, and it overlooks the pool. So you just got a wooded area, very nice. And knockout curtains to make it extra dark, should you need it to be dark. Okay, now the couch seems like a pretty legitimate area to, have a little snack, order a pizza, firm but not too firm. And yeah, this is, it does fold out. So yeah, you could really fit a lot of people in here. So if you're going to Legoland, you're visiting and staying in Central Florida, this is a nice room to get. Air conditioning plenty cold despite the fact that it is Florida. And we have a dining room table and TV over here. So 2 TVs in this room, you don't get that very often from just every hotel. Now let's look at this bed. You can see we have what appear to be 2 queens. And yeah, Amy's very excited about the fact that we've got some very soft potential pillows, a lot of options for pillows. And that's nice when you get a hotel room that has a lot of options for clean linen and pillows. Yeah, these smell good, and it looks like they have brand new sheets. I feel like we might be it feels like I'm the first person to sleep in here, and you want to feel like you're the first person to sleep in a room. No scuffing, no mess. You want to look up close here. It does have USB-A, dual USB-A on this side, plus 2 outlets for charging, a little night lamp, and no scratches on this, which is impressive. You don't get that very often in a hotel room. Frankly, I'm impressed with these new Best Westerns. I don't think they're getting the recognition they deserve for being a high-class hotel. I can tell you I've stayed at a lot of Hiltons in my day and a lot of Hamptons, and they weren't bringing this quality overall. Now, another big TV with your name on it. Just straightforward there. Phillips, good size here. And if you look on the wall behind us, just fun art. Like whoever went and purchased the furniture, whoever did the lighting, whoever did this isn't just run-of-the-mill. Somebody designed this room, okay? And I like the fact that they went above and beyond and did that. Now a nice full-size mirror over on this side as well. So you got a full-size mirror for getting ready, and it looks like there's a lot of storage here. Wow, that is deep. You see, you could hide in there if you needed to. I think Amy could definitely hide in there. You've got a full-sized ironing board, looks like an iron. You've got plenty of extra bedding.
Ooh, extra blankets. Yeah.
Now I can say that I'm truly blown away. I've probably never associated Best Western with this level of service. I've always thought they're a good chain, but this is kind of premier here. And then of course, they've gone above and beyond. Again, attention to detail on the little things. They got the Keurig, the Cuisinart with the little cups, K-cups or whatever they're called. You have a little microwave, you have an ice bucket, you have a couple cups, and a Danby refrigerator. So plenty of room for sodas, and I like that they didn't stock this with a mini fridge and make it to where you have no space for putting your own stuff. You can definitely get your to-go orders and your leftover pizza and put them in there. So far, really impressive. 2 more USB-A, 2 more outlets, phone, You know what? Look at this. The phone even looks clean. The phone looks new, right? It doesn't look like somebody's been with greasy hands, right? So again, this is just a hidden little gem that I didn't expect to find here in Central Florida. You know, I stay at a lot of hotels. Amy and I are traveling 24/7. And, you know, we've stayed in New York last week. We've stayed in Tokyo. We've stayed in Thailand. We've stayed all around the world. This is the nicest, and in terms of bang for your buck, this is the nicest quality room, cleanest room that you're going to find. Now look at even the floors. This is a newer floor. This isn't that run-of-the-mill ugly carpet. Very nice floor. Coffee table, a couple more chairs. No, no, it just smells fresh and new. Fresh and new. All right, folks, so let's go ahead and show you the bathroom.
So join me as we check out the bathroom. The first thing I'm noticing is it's quite large for a bathroom. You've got plenty of space. You're not going to feel claustrophobic in here. It also, again, like everything, smells really fresh and clean. And you've got a lot of really nice amenities here. And not only from the towels being folded all super cutesy, but you also have some really nice amenities. This is from Pharmacopoeia, and it looks like everything is kind of citrus flavored. You've got lotions, you've got shampoo, conditioner, and body soap all in that same thing with a nice gender neutral smell, but that's also a little bit elevated. You're not getting that like super dry, awful 3-in-1 standard hotel or motel amenities. You've got some really nice stuff here. You also have a ton of extra towels under here, and it looks like they even left you a hair dryer as well, and it's like a Conair hair dryer, so it's something that's not going to completely fry your hair. You've got nice stuff. And also plenty of counter space and plenty of area to, you know, get ready and have your makeup out, your hair stuff out, all that kind of good stuff. Standard toilet here, a couple of different things of toilet paper, and then you also have your shower here. It looks like this is a pretty good shower head. You know, like enough to make it rain. And then this is kind of cute how they did this. I like how they have your shower curtain all like twisted and kind of fancy. And then your fancy little towels and shower things down here at the bottom. Maybe not a like full jacuzzi tub, but enough in this tub if you did want to take a bath, you could. Yeah. It's big, it's nice, it's spacious, you don't feel claustrophobic, and most importantly, it is clean and it smells nice. And you have all your amenities. I love it.
Oh, that counts. Not in the hole, but close. I also liked that this place had a very reasonable gym. There are free weights, up to 50 pounds, a couple like elliptical machines, a treadmill, and even more. They had a couple Peloton bikes. Amy will tell you all about those here in a moment.
They even have this super high-end extra of including the Peloton bikes with the super fun Peloton classes. You can hop on, tap in, log into your account, or just use one of the hotel's free accounts and enjoy all of Peloton's incredible fitness programming. It's super, super fun, and I love that they've included this in their fitness.
All right, folks, so I'm here with the owner. This is Nimit. This is, again, the Best Western Plus in Winter Haven. So, Nimit, why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
Yeah, there's probably a lot to unpack there, but just as a quick synopsis, grew up in the hotel industry, family ran a motel 24/7, kind of got my bearings from that, and went through school, still went back home and did things at the hotel, and then fast forward through many years. Ultimately, my family got into the family business of owning and operating hotels, and that eventually brought us down to Alabama. And then from that point forward, just a passion that we wanted to build a hotel at some point. One thing led to another. We ended up in Winter Haven, right here across the street from Legoland. And here we're at with this beautiful Best Western Plus.
Now, I think Nimit's being very modest here. Here he is. He's a medical doctor.
Yeah.
And then his family, you've kind of worked in hotels your whole life. Your parents owned hotels, and you pretty much put it all on the line and built this gorgeous hotel right across from Legoland. And there was this huge, my understanding, there was a huge need for hotels in this area. And some of the other hotels were not performing the way they should. And you built a really gorgeous place. The rooms, bigger than they needed to be, like bigger than specs required. The room that I'm staying in, you can fit a family of 6 in there very easily.
Yeah.
So this is a great opportunity to, like, if you're going on vacation in Central Florida, you're going to Legoland, this is really a hidden gem.
Yeah.
This has taken you several years to put this together, right?
Yeah, so this our first link was just kind of coming to the area back in 2016, 2017. Met with a couple folks of the county and the city, and then just one thing led to another. Found a piece of land, thought, okay, why don't we see what, poke around and see what could happen. And then several years later, right kind of before COVID started, we were at a point where we were ready to start or embark on this sort of journey of putting this together from an architectural perspective, and then ultimately building this as well. And then here we are now, almost 5-6 years later, when from that point, and we've opened this hotel about a year and a half ago.
So I think a lot of people would think that you see a Best Western Plus and you think it's some corporation goes ahead and plops this down in a field somewhere in Central Florida. But it sounds like you and your wife, Holly, were very much in charge of putting this together. How much were your hands actually on the decorations and putting this together?
Yeah, a lot.
Right.
So there's, by all means, there's different teams that we worked with. There was an architectural team, Base 4, that we worked with, who's a huge outfit that does hotels all day long, branded hotels. So they helped us put together this building from a structural standpoint, from all the plumbing, electric, mechanical stuff that goes into a building. And then, of course, all the aesthetics. We teamed up with Best Western. They have an in-house team, what they refer to as studio design team, that you can partner with. And on this particular building, what we did is said, okay, Best Western, which many people may know, they're unique in every locale that you go to. They don't typically follow a prototypical design, whereas some of the other hotels, one city to the next you may go to, they all kind of look the same. But because Best Western is a lot of owner-operator type of situations, people get to put their own flair on what's going on. So we kind of molded between the two to say, okay, here's a prototype that we can use. We took that prototype, changed a few things here and there, and we ran with it. And yes, everything in the hotel, from the wallpaper to the carpet to lighting, we sort of reviewed or made little changes to, but everything got reviewed. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, you guys did a great job. The room that we're staying in, absolutely gorgeous. Love the lighting and love kind of almost a mural on the wall.
Yeah,
It's a gorgeous look. But who's your primary customer here? Like, if I know Legoland isn't your only business, but there's a lot of different things that you guys cater to.
Yeah, and I think geographically, that's what has really helped us. And as you kind of learn more and more about Winter Haven and Polk County itself, even for me, every day I meet new people and kind of learn, okay, wow, this is crazy that this is somebody that's in a completely different line of work that I would not have even expected to be here. Like you said, Legoland is obviously a big demand generator in the area, but there's a lot of sports, youth sports that happens, soccer, gymnastics, baseball, there's volleyball, there's just a whole host of things. And I think it's geographic, it's Central Florida, so that happens naturally here. And then just every other thing that you can think of, folks that grew up here, moved away, coming back to visit their families. from a commercial standpoint, there's so many different business entities that are around. Just a couple of weeks ago, we met a couple of gentlemen who had flown in from India and were at the visiting with the Nucor plant, which is a steel, and they sell graphite to that.
Oh, wow.
And I thought to myself, here these folks are from central India, and they've
Wow.
now put Winter Haven on their map.
Yeah, it's on their
And
map.
I'm sure they could go back and say, "Hey, we went to Winter Haven." Be like, "Where?"
Orlando.
But it's just so neat. There's so many different things that draw people to this
Right.
area.
Yeah, no, when I moved to Florida in 2007, Winter Haven wasn't nearly as big as it is now.
Yeah.
And now it seems like it's really grown up. There's a lot of action going, a lot of people moving here. And what impresses me is, I live on the side of Tampa. I live on the west side of Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
It was an hour commute here. That's
Yeah.
not bad to get to
No.
Tampa.
No.
And I think it's an hour or so in Orlando
Yeah.
in decent traffic
Yeah.
conditions. That's amazing that Central Florida, there's so much that you can get to from this location.
Yeah.
Whether that's Disney World, whether that's Epcot Center, whether that's Universal, there's a lot of things that you can do in Central Florida, all from
Yeah.
Winter Haven. So it's
Yeah.
really an up and coming area that still has a lot of growth potential.
Yeah, and I mean, just the county in general, from one neck of the woods, which is Davenport, which is closer to Orlando, to Lakeland, which is closer to Tampa, and everything in between. There's just so many different reasons why people are moving to the area, and I'm sure economics has a lot to do with that. It's a nicer place to raise family. Homes are a little bit more affordable in this area too. So yeah, we see all sorts of folks coming to this area for a variety of different reasons.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you wanted to say? We hope that this will get a lot of viewers. I believe this will be on our channel, World's Greatest Adventures. People can also check us out on 911 Reviews. But is there anything else that you would like to say to potential people coming here?
Well, we just appreciate that you're helping us to do this. And yeah, I mean, if you have a reason to come to Legoland, come visit us. Or for any variety of different reasons that would bring your travels this way.
And something that's very noteworthy is Nimit you'll see him at the hotel. You'll see him, he'll smile and wave at you and probably get you a towel if you need it. So unlike a lot of hotels where you probably would never see the owners, this is truly a family-run business, and that gives it just a much more pleasant feel, and where they're taking care of it like it's their own, because it is their own. So anyway, folks, make sure to check it out. Thank you again. I appreciate you. And yeah, we'll show you a little bit more about the hotel, but make sure to check it out. All right, folks, go check it out. You won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching, and adios, amigos.